fabulous people. I am Danietta. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Dietta, where we discuss all things fabulous. Today's video is going to be unlike anything that I've ever done on my YouTube channel. It's going to be a vlog, but this vlog is not going to be my typical spend the weekend with me or spend the week with me vlog. I am going to take you along on my 6-week journey as I recover from a surgery where I had uterine fibroids removed, and that recovery process was 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Before we get started, if you are a first-time viewer, I want to say welcome. I hope that you enjoy your time here. If you're a return viewer, I appreciate you rocking with me. If you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you will never miss the upload of a new and fabulous video. While we're talking about fabulousness, if you haven't already, go ahead and go on over to Instagram. I am Dietta on Instagram as well, and there you will get real-time updates of a lot of the things that I discuss here on my YouTube channel. So, what are uterine fibroids, you might ask? Uterine fibroids are typically benign, and by benign I mean non-cancerous growths that occur in a woman's uterus, in the tissue in and around her uterus. Typically that will occur during her childbearing years. A lot of the science and doctors don't understand the cause of uterine fibroids. I found, especially in my own personal journey, a lot of the science and the medicine is dedicated to symptoms, not necessarily understanding cause, and surely not prevention. So here's the kicker. 2 months ago to this day, on June 4th, 2021, I had 56 fibroids removed from my uterus and around my uterus. At that point, some of those fibroids were so large that my uterus had expanded to being the size of a 27-week pregnancy. Yes. Yes. So a little bit about my history with uterine fibroids. So I do have a family history of fibroids. Both my mother and my maternal grandmother had fibroids. Both of them had hysterectomies, obviously after they had children, because here I am talking to you right now, right? My grandmother had to have children and my mother had to have children. So I do have a family history of it. I first had a doctor diagnose me with uterine fibroids around 2013, 2014. I went to my annual OBGYN checkup, and during my pelvic exam, the doctor thought she felt a fibroid, and so she sent me in for an MRI. Sure enough, it confirmed that I did have one. The only symptom that I had at that time, I would say, is that I noticed that my stomach was getting bigger, even though I was on a pretty good, meal plan as far as what I was eating. I was running half marathons, 5Ks, 10Ks. I hadn't yet worked my way up to running marathons yet, but I was very, very active. And no matter how much I worked out, my stomach continued to get a little bit bigger, slightly. So at that point, my symptoms were manageable, and so we just decided to monitor the fibroids. In 2017, it had gotten to the point where the fibroids were starting to cause very heavy menstrual cycles, and my stomach continued to get bigger. And so I looked into, at that time, having a procedure done called UFE, uterine fibroid immobilization. That procedure, you will have a doctor go in through the main artery in your groin and inject a solution that in essence cuts off the blood supply to the fibroids. And the science behind that is that the fibroids should no longer grow, hopefully shrink, eventually dissolve. That was a great solution for me for a few years. But out of the blue, I'd say probably 2018, 2019, I started getting those heavy menstrual cycles again. In 2020, I started noticing that my stomach was starting to get bigger again. So, we were in quarantine in 2020. It really wasn't much for me to do. My stomach getting bigger wasn't necessarily a thing because, heck, I was always in the house just like the rest of the US of A, heck, the rest of the world. 2021, I go to my annual OBGYN visit, and I did start to have a conversation with my gynecologist at the time and told her that I noticed that my stomach is getting a lot bigger, and we're not talking COVID weight. We're talking about the fact that my stomach is getting bigger than the rest of my body at this point, right? Also, my menstrual cycles were becoming heavier and heavier. So she sent me to get another MRI, and no, I'm wrong. She did an ultrasound in the office, and the ultrasound, I still can't say it. Ultrasound showed that I had 4 uterine fibroids. You just heard me say, though, that I had 56 removed. And for whatever reasons, I wasn't wholeheartedly satisfied with the care that I had been receiving up to that date from my OBGYN. So I got on a search. I joined a Facebook group that was dedicated to women who suffer from uterine fibroids. I went in and I typed Atlanta, and all of these references came up. A lot of women were talking about their great experiences. A lot of women were talking about their not so great experiences. And I found a surgeon that I consistently saw rave reviews about within this Facebook group. His name is Dr. Michael Randell. He works at OBGYN Atlanta. And I went online. He had a form. I went online. I filled out the form. Within a couple of hours, I got an email back saying, hey, we have these available times for you to come in for your consultation. Which time would you like? So I picked a time slot. I went in, and the first thing he said was, wow, you have some pretty big fibroids. At this point, my uterus was the size of a 26-week pregnancy. It was well above my belly button, and your uterus is supposed to be about the size of a pear, and it's supposed to be closer to the part of your anatomy, like where your pubic bone and or pubic hair would grow. So above my belly button, that's a long way down the street. He sent me in for an MRI, and from that MRI, we could clearly see 26 fibroids. So there's a big difference between the 4 that showed up on the ultrasound, the 26 that showed up on the MRI, and then the 56 that my surgeon ended up actually removing. And so I got to thinking that fibroids are something that is estimated 20 to 80% of women will experience within their childbearing years. And it's not something that a lot of people really talk about. And so it is a big part of how I have lived my life for the past 7 or 8 years. And so if I can vlog about my weekend, then I can vlog about real-time things that are happening in my world too, right? I feel like I do a disservice to myself, and I do a disservice to you all if I only vlog about the highs, the fashion, the makeup, the natural hair, the traveling, and I don't talk about health, whose health is very serious. And this is something that I know so many women who suffer from fibroids, and either there's not good information out there. Sometimes doctors aren't even very well educated on fibroids. And one thing that I always want people to know in everything I share, whether it be a life experience or whether it be fashion, hair, woes, whatever, is that you are not alone. And so I hope that this video lets somebody know that you are not alone. I hope it provides a resource for you. I hope it provides a reference point for you. And if at the end of the day, if I've helped at least one person who is also suffering from uterine fibroids, then I have done my job, right? And so I'm gonna just let you jump right into this 6-week journey with me. I vlogged as much of the experience as I can. I was very honest and open. So we're going to talk about real-time things, real health issues, what it was really like for me to go through this whole entire process. I spent 2 nights in the hospital. I had an abdominal myomectomy, which means in essence, I was cut like I had a C-section, as if I did not have a baby. But that was the best way to remove my uterine fibroids. 56 of those little suckers. 56. I did opt to keep my uterus. That is an option. Some women do opt to have their uterus removed. And if you don't have a uterus, then they never can grow back. So I do have the potential to have new fibroids grow. And I'm very well, aware of that. I will also say too, because I have opted to have a myomectomy, if I do have children in the future, I will have to have a C-section. My doctor explained to me that once you cut the uterus, like they had to do to remove 56 individual fibroids, that my uterus is now weaker in that one spot. And when I go into contractions, my uterus has the potential to rip in said individual spots. And that's not what you want when you are in labor. And so let's jump right into it. And I hope that you enjoy this ride that I'm going to take you guys on for this vlog. This is what I would call day 2. I would say that day 1 was yesterday, where I started prepping for my surgery. I was on a liquid diet, as well as I had to take some magnesium citrate, which is pretty much a saline laxative. Because I am having an open myomectomy, there will be, some moving around of my organs and whatnot on the inside. And so yesterday was the prep for that. The liquid diet wasn't so bad. I can honestly say I'm not hungry. And so throughout the day, I had chicken broth, vegetable broth, beef broth, coffee, tea, and of course, water. So as of today, 8 hours pre-surgery, I'm no longer allowed to do any type of liquids, not even anything that I can digest. I was able to brush my teeth. As you can see, I got my hair braided to help with the stay in the hospital, as well as pretty much not being as mobile as I'm used to. And so I didn't know how lifting my hands over my head would be in the near future. And so I opted for an easier hairdo. Another item that I got that I saw as a suggestion in the Facebook group is this seatbelt pillow. Have I opened this yet? I have not. Let me do so now. So I'm going to have a bikini cut across the bikini area, below my belly button. And this pillow cushion, you take this Velcro apart and you put it on the seatbelt, the part that goes across your waist. And that helps provide some cushion between the incision and your seatbelt for the car ride home. And so I'll show you guys that I'm using this and how I use it when I am released from the hospital. So my surgeon told me to expect to have to stay in the hospital 1 to 2 days, or 1 to 2 nights rather. So getting ready for that. I haven't had to stay in the hospital since I was born. Alrighty, so I just got to the hospital. I am gonna go in and begin my registration process. To keep everybody else's privacy, I am gonna resume with you guys when I am in a place where I can do so, perhaps in a room by myself. So let's get to it. Hey, I hope you can hear me. I'm sorry about the bad lighting, but I wanted to let you guys know I have made it to the other side. So I have been out of surgery for, it hasn't been 12 hours yet. But everything went well as far as I know. No complications. I'll talk to my surgeon a little bit later today. And as you can tell, I'm still a little high off the anesthesia. But my sister said the surgeon was calling throughout my procedure to give updates. I believe my surgery lasted for 3 hours, and they removed 54 fibroids. 54. So I can't wait to get my stomach back. I'm gonna give y'all hell for the rest of the summer, baby. Do you hear me? So I've pretty much just been knocked out. I have had some Jell-O, I've had water, and I have some chicken broth. This morning they said I will be able to have breakfast, but I don't know what they ordered for me. So I'll show you guys that. The pain is manageable. I am on, I think it's diluted, which is a pretty heavy opioid pain reliever narcotic. Let me see, hold on. acting like I'm giving y'all a free show. So, still have the IV in my arm. And so I have a little button here. And that's what I press. And it dispenses my pain medicine to me. Later on today, they said I'll come off of the IV pain meds and I'll get pills. I'm not sure if it'll be the same prescription or something scaled down a little bit. So, but no, the check-in process was seamless. I had already done my pre-op on Tuesday. And so pretty much for check-in, I just came, confirmed that I am who I am and the procedure that I was having done. You don't want people operating on the wrong thing or the wrong person. And then they took me to the, I guess, pre-op hospital bed that I was in. They got my IV drip going. The anesthesiologist came and talked to me and explained everything about what she would do on her end. So they gave me some Tylenol, something for my nerves, but I wasn't really nervous. My blood pressure was high. It was like 155 was the top number, but they said that happens a lot when people come into the hospital, especially for surgeries. So she gave me something for nausea. Let me see if I can show you guys. I have a... there it is. Let's see. I hope you can see that. I have a sticker behind my ear for nausea. And they also gave it to me in pill form before. So I was in there about another 45 minutes or so before my surgeon came and said that they were taking me to the OR. And you know what? They told me they were giving me something, but it wasn't the anesthesia. And next thing I know, I was in recovery. They always, trick you that way, which I think is probably for the patient's benefit, so you won't be on like super duper alert, anxious, nervous. So I don't know how long I was in recovery, because like I said, I don't know if I said it, I'm still a little high for anesthesia. This is the best sleep I've gotten since I was in my mama's womb. And so after I was in the post-op, they brought me in here, getting me to this bed, and then making sure that they put, I'm on a pad. You've seen them probably if you've ever had surgery, like a pad they put up under you. It's like a sheet, a rectangle type, thicker, absorbent sheet that they put on top of the sheet. And I believe I have on a diaper for any fibroid-related bleeding. So I'll figure that out as I'm able to move a little bit more. I know this morning I'm expecting my surgeon to come back and talk to me. I'm expecting breakfast, and then I know they're gonna make me get around and walk. So that should be fun. So I'm gonna doze back off to sleep, and I will update you all if anything new happens. I'm back. So it is about 6 a.m. here in Atlanta, and the nurse just came in and took the pain medicine I was on off of the drip. So now I'm gonna be moving to pill form pain medicine for pain management. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be on the same one. I'll keep you guys posted on which one they put me on. And they also removed my catheter. So I haven't used the restroom on my own yet, but they said I have 6 hours to at least urinate on my own before they do like a scan of my bladder, like an ultrasound on my bladder. So they brought my breakfast in. I'm able to eat real food. This is the first time I've had real food in 2 days. Today is Saturday. I started my liquid diet Thursday. So I'll show you what they brought me. So I've been doing a good job of drinking my water. I got a fruit cup. Oh, that's chicken broth and jello from last night. Ignore that. I got a muffin, blueberry grits, eggs. So, oh, and coffee. So we're gonna see how this goes. And after this, I'm gonna ask if I can get some assistance. I think I can use the restroom now. Number one, urinate. So they said I had until noon to urinate on my own before we'd have to do an ultrasound of my bladder. And it is 8:45. So they took the catheter out at 6 a.m. It's 8:45, and since I've been drinking all this water, I think I can go. So I ate the breakfast. It was fine. I don't feel nauseous. I didn't eat everything, but I did eat the breakfast, and I drank some of the coffee. I took a couple of sips of the coffee. I added cream and sugar. And they came around and gave me some more medicine. So I took a chewable gas pill, something for nausea, and a stool softener. Oh, can't forget that. That's the important one, right? I did get up, and the nurse helped me to go use the restroom. That was the painless thing I've done in a long, long time. My stomach muscles are sore all the way up until like right up under my breastbone area. And so you don't realize how many of your stomach muscles you use for just normal day-to-day stuff, like even getting out of the bed. I sort of had to roll on my side and then bring my torso up like the sitting position, dangle my feet off the side of the bed, and then go from there. They do have one of those measuring cups in the toilet to see how much I urinate. And so I was able to get some out, and I will continue to drink water and go from there. So hopefully the next time I see you, it'll be because my surgeon came and did his rounds, and I have an update about how the surgery went directly from him. I didn't talk to him yesterday. I was still out of it. So he did talk to my designated contact, which was my little sister. So hopefully I'll get some more info about the surgery. Hopefully he'll have the pictures by then. And then we should also discuss my discharge, if I'll get to go home today or if I have to stay 2 nights and then go home tomorrow. So I'll come back. So my surgeon, he just emailed me my post-op care instructions as well as pictures. And so I said earlier, 54 fibroids were removed, 56 fibroids were removed, and I'll put a picture up. And so, yeah, that's a whole ring around the rosies of fibroids. Those 2 largest ones, I knew that he told me some of them were big enough to be a fetus's head, and now I see exactly what he's talking about. I don't know the exact size of them in regards to inches or centimeters. I can ask my surgeon and see if he documented it, but 56 fibroids. Okay, so they just brought my lunch in. Orange wedges, I didn't order those, so maybe that's just as garnishment. Actually, I didn't order any of this. I ordered spaghetti because that was a special of the day, but I got this. So they're out of the spaghetti, which, I mean, that's a garden salad. It probably wasn't going to be the best. Just like mind-blowing. And then ranch dressing, butter, and then my main entree is green beans, some white rice, a garlic roll, and this looks like some rotisserie or other baked chicken. And I asked them to bring me a ginger ale. And then I'm still drinking water. So, bon appetit. So I just got back from my 4th trip to the restroom today. And this is the first time that I've done it unassisted. The previous 3 times I had to buzz the nurse and ask her to come in and help me because they had compression sleeves on both of my legs that are hooked up to a pump, and every so often they squeeze, they compress, and then they decompress. That is to help or fight off the formation of blood clots, because I am living a very sedentary lifestyle right about now. And so After we came back from a walk around the nurse's station twice, she told me that I could take them off for now. And so that made it a lot easier for me to be able to go to the restroom by myself without having to buzz the nurse. And she said typically, if I don't get discharged today, I'll have to put them on again tonight when I go to sleep. Because for most part of the night, I will be just, laying in the bed. So, hello, fabulous people. It is still day one. So my surgeon came by to see me. And we talked about the procedure itself, the myomectomy itself, how my pain is feeling, how my recovery is going. And we talked about the next steps. So the email that he sent me with the pictures of the fibroids that he removed also had some post-op instructions in it. So things like I can't soak in water for 6 weeks. I'm not to drive for 4 to 6 weeks. I can't do any strenuous physical activity for 4 to 6 weeks. He also left me with my prescriptions. I'm going home with a prescription for 800 milligram ibuprofen and Molly Percocet. Since they took me off of the heavier narcotic I was on, sort of kind of feeling nauseous, which is to be expected. They have had me on Percocet all day. It is not doing as great of a job at managing my pain as the good stuff that I was on yesterday. But I mean, it's still tolerable. I still have trap gas shooting up in my collarbone, and I can feel it in my belly as well. But yeah, he said that my uterus looks great. We talked about how he moved not only the larger fibroids, but the little bitty seedlings that sometimes doctors do leave in. And that's how we can have fibroids that grow back. Because it's not always, put that disclaimer out there, it's not always that new fibroids have grown. I'll do it this way. It's not always that new fibroids have sprouted, popped up, grown, or whatever. Sometimes it's those little bitty ones the size of a pea, an English pea, that you can't see unless you feel around in the lining of the uterus for it. And so he removed all of those. He said that my uterus does look good because I chose to keep my uterus. I didn't do a partial hysterectomy or anything. I wanted the option to remain fertile, and that's why I kept my uterus. So yeah, he said I can leave tomorrow anytime I feel like it. And so I will wake up in the morning and gauge how the pain is, and then go from there. I also got a binder. I don't know if I can show you all that. An abdominal binder. It helps with it helps stabilize your core. So it's sort of like the waist trainers that you see people in the gym working out with. So this is going to stabilize my core and make it a little bit easier for me to sit up in bed, sit down in the bed, sit on the toilet, get up from the toilet. Those things where I'm really using my core. I'm still trying not to cough because that really is painful. So this is dinner. As you can see, I've been playing over it. This is salmon. It's very dried out. Mashed potatoes, no gravy. Green beans. They brought me another garden salad. Yeah. And another ginger ale. Oh, and they brought me some sweet tea. I didn't ask for it, but I'm just assuming that they bring everybody sweet tea. Well, it's probably not sweet. It's probably unsweet tea with their dinner. Okay, so I'm about to do my breathing treatment. So I got this pillow to press on my abdomen. And I need to do 10 deep breaths 10 inhales and then exhale. She told me don't do it too fast because then I get dizzy and nauseous. So let's see. All right, so I did 10 of those. And now I'm about to get up and do my exercise lap around the nurse's station. So this morning with my breakfast, they brought me some prune juice. I drank some hot tea. They gave me a stool softener. So at this point, I'm just pretty much trying to do everything I can to make myself have a bowel movement or pass gas. And so walking helps. It also helps with the soreness and gas as well. So try to get my body moving. So now I'm about to go for my walk around the nurse's station. Since I'm leaving out of my room, I gotta put my mask on because COVID. So they told me to bring as few items as possible. Turn this water off to the hospital. And so I asked for some toiletry items. Here, I'll show you. I asked for a toothbrush, toothpaste. This is some chapstick and some mouthwash. And I also asked for these bath washcloths. I don't think I'm ready to take a shower yet. And then these are the mesh panties. These are the mesh panties that they gave me. These have been a lifesaver. So anybody who's had a child know that this is what they give you, these mesh panties, or if you had a myomectomy or any type of female genitalia type surgery, these are lifesavers. So I'm gonna brush my teeth and whatnot. Y'all, my food was so underwhelming that I forgot to show you. So this is lunch. I got a hamburger, a garden salad, and that's all I ordered. I'm drinking some more hot tea. And you can see there's my bed. So I came over here to eat my lunch, got out the bed. But the chair isn't very far from my bed. Wrong direction. So there's my bed, and I'm here. So just in the corner by the window. I'm gonna keep drinking ginger ale, warm tea, and water. See, I can burp. I just can't pass gas or poop. And one of the things, I don't know if I already mentioned this, with the Percocet, the opioid, it makes you constipated. So I'm trying to make sure I stay up on my fluids. Because I don't have any indication that I could have a BM anytime soon. And it is about 12:55 right now. So I was hoping to be home by now. We'll see. I spent 2 nights in the hospital, so this is my 3rd day. I'm hoping it doesn't go over into my 3rd night. But I think as soon as I pass gas or have a bowel movement, they'll let me go home. So I did 3 laps around the nurse's station, and as you can see, I'm back in the bed. So the hot tea hasn't been helping, the prune juice hasn't been helping, walking hasn't been helping. So the doctor just ordered for me to have a suppository inserted in my rectum to help facilitate a bowel movement. So the nurse just had me put that in. Well, the nurse put it in for me. And now I'm just gonna wait and make it do what it do. A suppository, gotta love it. Y'all, today has been real. This is my 3rd night here at the hospital, and I'm actually gonna be going home within an hour. I hadn't tuned in a while, because when I tell y'all I had trap gas pains that are strong enough to take out Mike Tyson. Like, the nurse literally had to walk me through breathing, just so the pain wouldn't like overtake me. So she gave me some spearmint bubble gum to chew for 30 minutes, and that helped. And then we did some more walking. Prior to that, my surgeon came back around, and he said he was okay with me going home. The suppository worked a little bit, but you know, my belly is still really soft, and so my surgeon said he didn't have any issues with me going home. So my ride should be here in about an hour. So I'm gonna eat this last meal, put my clothes on, and just wait for my ride to pick me up. All right, fabulous people. As you can see, I am in the car on my way home. Here's the seatbelt pillow that I was telling you about. So I've been pressing this on my abdomen, and it really, really has been helping with the bumps and whatnot in the road, like softening the impact. So highly would recommend that. I'll link it like I did everything else that I'm telling you about, so you can easily find it, because I hope it helps you as much as it's helped me. So yeah, got that across my abdomen. At the pharmacy now, picking up my prescriptions. The doctor gave me a prescription for Percocet and 800 milligram ibuprofen. So I'm gonna get those, get home, and get into bed. All right. So as you can see, sorry, it's dark in here. I have made it home. The car ride home wasn't bad. I just kept that little pillow pressed on my abdomen when we went over like potholes or railroad tracks, whatever you may have it. I felt little to no discomfort at all. So that's probably one of the best things I've spent my money on as far as supplies for this surgery. So I am about to go to sleep for the first time at my own house since my abdominal myomectomy, and I will check in with you guys in the morning. All right, everybody. I had my first full night at home last night. Got home about 10 p.m. So I slept in my bed. I slept really good. I got up once in the middle of the night to use the restroom. Still getting out of the bed is the hardest thing to do. I was able to walk up the stairs to get to my room, get myself to the bathroom, stuff like that. So even, let's see, this is 3 days post-op, and getting out of the bed is still the most difficult thing to do. Today, my objective for the day was to be able to take a shower. And so I took a shower, following the directions that they gave me in my post-op instructions. So in the shower, I had to face backwards with the shower head behind me and let the water run on me that way. I was able to wash, around the incision area and then pat it dry. So don't let your incision soak in water is what I was told. Pat it dry, that's what I was told. Don't put anything on it, no lotions, no creams, no ointments or anything like that, because it has not fully healed. So I switched my pajamas. So yeah, my objective for the day was to take a shower, and I did. I am gonna drink some peppermint tea. I hear that helps with gas. I've only taken one pain pill today, and that was 800 milligram Tylenol, or ibuprofen rather. I have not taken any Percocet since an hour before I was discharged. And so the pain is okay. My incision looks good. My belly's still hard. My belly's not hard. And I haven't had any more bowel movements since yesterday. But for breakfast, I ate some grits and about a slice and a half of bacon. My appetite still isn't back. And I still need to do my breathing exercises to make sure that my lungs open up. As a reminder, when I was on anesthesia, that slows everything down, and there was a ventilator breathing for me, and so my lungs need to reach back to their full capacity so that I won't get pneumonia. I did about 3 or 4 laps between the living room and the kitchen this morning after I ate breakfast. I don't want blood clots to form in my legs from non-movement. So That's a lot better than it was yesterday. So today I got it all the way up to about this 1500 mark. Yesterday I was hitting in between there and there. So let's see if I can. Progress, folks. Progress. Yeah, when you have abdominal anything, don't invite people over to your house that's gonna make you laugh. This is yeah. Yeah, look at Kim over there laughing.
It's her fault. She put the funny movie on and she got us laughing.
It's the best, man. Ain't nothing funny about that whole entire movie. It's toxic and tragic.
It's funny.
What's funny? What was the funny part, Kim?
The hairdos, the thin eyebrows, the eyeshadow up to the eyebrows, the bad teeth.
That's not nothing. That's not funny.
Commentary. Us commentating on the looks.
So we're coming up on my first full day at home, y'all. And I told Kim, her sister, to bring me a milkshake from Chick-fil-A. About 15 minutes into drinking that bad boy, I had gas. I had to take a gas pill. And so I ain't drink all the milkshake. And then I ordered some oxtails, but I couldn't eat that because I got gas. Kim, why you let me have that milkshake?
Wait, but did you finish it?
No.
I said you might as well finish it. You already
I feel like if I finished it, y'all was going to have to take me back to the hospital.
You already went 90%. You might as well just cross the finish line.
I'm not a burp now. All right, y'all. Jesus. Do we really want this on camera? Yes. And I don't know why I still got this here. Ain't that the oozing? Watch, time I take it, something don't ooze. Okay, y'all. Ooh. This is stupid. Okay. And this is how I sleep for the whole night. Just stuck in this one spot. Yeah. Very glamorous. Don't you love it? Okay. Yeah. I'm not moving for a while. Hello, fabulous people. So this is 4 days post-op. And so I didn't come back on yesterday after I drank that milkshake. And then y'all saw me get into bed. So through the night, I'm continuing to sleep a little bit better. Well, actually, I'm sleeping really good. I'm not gonna lie. My only problems is like shifting from my left side to my right side once I'm already in the bed. And so what I did in the middle of the night is I watched some YouTube videos on how to get out of the bed if you have a C-section, because in essence, that's the type of incision that I have. I have not taken any pain meds today. That includes the Percocet or the ibuprofen. Yesterday evening, I took an 800 milligram ibuprofen, and then I took one yesterday morning. So that would have been 3 days post-op, my first day home from the hospital. Today I have taken nothing, and I feel really, really good. I'm continuing to drink my peppermint tea. I did a lot of walking, just in a circle around my couch and around the living room, and I feel a lot better. It helped me to pass some gas, and I actually had a small itty-bitty bowel movement, but I continue to feel my abdomen. It's not tight or hard, so that's a good thing. I've been doing I think this is called a spirometer. So I've done that. One of the things I did notice today is that this binder that I told you all my surgeon ordered for me and the nurse helped me put on the hospital has been saving my life. You don't realize that your core, in essence, is your back. This is not my back. Your back and your abdomen. So even when I was sitting in a chair earlier today, my back was in a lot of pain and starting to spasm, because what I'm doing is, because my abdomen muscles or my abdominal muscles are shot, I'm overcompensating with my back. And And so I put this on just to be able to sit up. So for me, it's not about cinching my waist. It literally is about support. And it makes a big difference. Like, I probably would be in a little bit of pain just sitting here talking to you all, just because of the muscles I would be using in my back. Hello, fabulous people. So this is day 5 post-op. 5 days post-op. I feel good. I feel good. I have accomplished my daily goal of taking a shower. As you can see, I got on some new pajamas. This morning for breakfast, I had oatmeal and a cup of coffee. I'm actually still working on the coffee. I have not taken any pain meds. So that includes, I haven't taken any of the Percocet. I actually have not taken any of the Percocet since I've been home. And I've been home 3 days now. Last night I did take some 800 milligram ibuprofen as I was getting into bed because my back is on fire. So even though I am still wearing the binder, could y'all see that? There we go. My back is overcompensating, trying to keep my core stable. So I try to have this binder on when I'm up and moving around. I take it off when I'm laying in the bed. So I weighed myself. When I checked into the hospital, I weighed 170 pounds. This morning, I am 164. So I'm down 6 pounds. That's a combination of my appetite is not as big as it used to be prior to the surgery, as well as they removed 56 fibroids from my abdomen. So of course that makes a big difference. So one of the things I have noticed is at night, y'all, I wake up drenched in sweat. Like, I woke up, my tank top that I was sleeping in was soaked. My pillow was soaked. The top of the sheet, like the sheet that was touching the top half of my body, was soaked with sweat. I have one of those pads on my bed, like that they would put on your bed, like if you were at the hospital and you had a childbirth or any kind of procedure where they don't want you to soil the mattress or the sheets. And so I put that down in case my incision were to ooze, which it has not, by the way. There has been no bleeding, no oozing, no anything. Good, healthy incision. That was soaked in sweat to the fact where I got up and I checked my temperature. I was like, and so I've been breaking out and just like drenching sleep sweats since my first night in the hospital. So I've been noticing that. And I keep it really, really cold. Like, everybody who's staying here with me right now, or the person that's staying with me here with me right now, is like, it's cold, and is walking around with a hooded sweatshirt on. But I literally wake up sweating, like drenched in sweat. But I checked my temperature and it was like 98.6, you know, your average temperature. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if my body's still getting acclimated or fighting like an internal war that I don't know about, but that is something that I have noticed. So, and I did have a moment last night where, ooh, Lord Jesus, I almost took myself out, y'all. I was trying to reposition myself in my sleep, and when I tell you the left side of my incision, it felt like, you ever like stretch the skin where like a dry scab is? Y'all, like, it was a fire shut up in my bones. It hurt so bad, but it passed, and I checked and I didn't cause any like bleeding or anything. But I was like, girl, lay here. I don't care if it ain't the best position. I don't have to, ooh. So I will be mindful of how I try to reposition in my sleep. My abdomen size, I do notice that my belly is getting flatter. It has not been, it's like a legit pregnancy, because some of those fibroids were in my uterus. My uterus now has to shrink back to its normal size, and that's just gonna take some time. So I have not woken up with like the flat stomach that I had before these things started growing expeditiously. And so, but I can tell that it has gone down, and I also know that there's some swelling. And so, like I said, I continue to wear my binder when I'm up. It's really helping save my back some woes, and just go from there. And so today I'm gonna take it easy. not do too much, still follow the doctor's orders. But I do, every day I feel a lot better. And still, ironically, none of the pain is in my incision. The pain or any discomfort that I feel is typically like trapped gas pain. The only time I feel discomfort around the incision is when I'm trying to get up out of the bed or when I'm trying to reposition myself. Up day to day, my pain is trapped gas pain and my back pain, like the muscles in my back, I can tell are doing their best to keep me stable. So I'm just gonna keep trucking along. This morning, I had my first like real 100% bowel movement. And so that's a small victory. Never thought that I would be happy to poop. All about perspective, right? Hello, fabulous people. This is 6 days post-op. Yes, 6 days post-op. I'm just getting out of the bed. Last night was the first night that I didn't get like good sleep. I don't know. But for whatever reason, I just couldn't get comfortable. I have found that the position I lay in when I first get in the bed is typically going to be my best position. And if I try to scoot and reposition while I'm already in the bed, then sometimes that causes me a little bit of pain and pulling. And so to get in a good position to fall back to sleep, I need to get out of the bed and just start over and get in the position that I think I want to sleep in. And I just didn't have the energy to keep doing that last night. So at one point I just rolled over on my back and I put a pillow on either side of my leg, on my left side and my right side, and that sort of helped. I have found that it is that maternity pillow that is making me sweat like I am in the fiery pits of hell. Like before I even fell asleep last night, I was sweat. It trapped so much heat. I cannot stand it. And that pillow has become the bane of my existence, right? So I literally got out of the bed and threw that crap off of the bed. I'm not sleeping with that anymore. Can you tell I'm in a great mood? But other than that, I feel okay. I had another BM this morning, so that's good. I just weighed myself. I am down 4 pounds from what I checked in at the hospital. At the hospital, I weighed in at 170, and today on my scale, I weighed in at 166. So, hello, fabulous people. Today is 8 days post-op. So I haven't recorded any footage in the last, I think, 2 days. I know for sure I didn't record any yesterday. I don't know if you can tell, I feel a lot better. So today makes a week and a day since I've had my surgery, hence 8 days post-op. And I am sleeping better. I'm still waking up with sweats, like literally drenched in sweat. I don't know what that's about because I'm keeping it like really, really cool in here at night, like 70 degrees, 68, and I sleep with my ceiling fan on. Sleeping is a lot better. I don't have that just jab of pain when I try to reposition myself. Getting out of the bed is a lot better. I still get very, very tired and winded when I walk. And by walk, I mean just like around the house. I'm not talking about, I haven't been to any stores. I haven't been past my driveway. I'm just talking about just walking in general. So I still use my spirometer to facilitate, good lung capacity. I try to do it twice a day. Sometimes I have forgotten, so I at least do it once a day, but I shoot for at least twice a day. I still haven't taken any of the Percocet that I was prescribed. I've only taken the 800 milligram ibuprofen once a day. I am doing good on my bowel movements. I'm having at least 1, sometimes 2 a day. So I haven't had to take any more of the stool softener, and I haven't had to take any fiber supplements. So I'm back to my normal bathroom behavior. So peeing still hurts initially. And I was reading that, like when I first started to pee, it's like a sharp pain. Not on the outside, like where you think it would be. Like, it's literally like it feels internally, like it's literally like in my bladder. And I read that that's painful due to inflammation. So it sort of feels like if you had a urinary tract infection, if that makes sense. Like when you have to pee and then you start, it's like that sharp pain. I will say that I have noticed that now that my fibroids have been removed, like I'm so amazed at the longevity and capacity of my bladder. Like sometimes I have to think like, oh, when was the last time that I peed? Because now I don't have that pressure that's making me constantly run to the restroom, and I can sleep through the night without having to pee. I can't remember the last time I was able to do that. It's been years, child, years. Hello, fabulous people. Today is 11 days post-op. Overall, I feel a lot better. I can still tell I have ways to go. So let's see some things that I've been noticing over the past few days. I am down a total of about 7 pounds since I checked in at the hospital for my surgery. So I checked in at 170. Right now I'm about 163. I think that's a combination of the fibroids being gone, because even though I had so many, they were like less than 2 pounds. But just my appetite is still picking back up. So I am able to eat a lot more. I don't really snack as much as I used to. I will say I have been noticing that I crave sugar, like a lot. So I don't know if my hormones are balancing back out or if that's just a thing. Because I know a lot of people say that the fibroids make you crave sugar. They want that to, manifest and live their best irritating life and using my body as a host. But I have noticed that I've been craving sugar. So I'm down 7 pounds. Sleeping is still hit or miss. It does not hurt as much to reposition myself. It doesn't hurt nearly half as much to reposition myself when I'm asleep, but overall I'm still not sleeping well. I don't wake up as drenched in sweat as I was previously, but I'm still waking up a little bit sweaty, and I am not sleeping through the night as comfortably as I would like to. So I can tell a big difference with that. As of yesterday, which would have been 10 days post-op, I started getting that itchy tingling sensation on my belly. So it was not my incision itself that felt itchy. It was above, to the side, and below it. Just like an itching feeling in my skin. And I had read that on the Facebook support group that I used to find my surgeon, like women say that they get that itchy feeling. So that kicked in, which I know it means that my wound is starting to heal and go ahead and close itself up, right? But it's just irritating, agitating. Let's see, I still have the steri strips on. I think I'll probably take those off in between the 2-week and the 3-week mark. Gas is still an issue, so I'm still taking, I have the max gas X, so I can only take 2 pills within 24 hours. I'm still taking 2 pills. Like, even though my bowel movements are consistent, I'm having like 2 a day. So I'm back to my regularly scheduled program. I still get that trapped gas pain. Sometimes it starts in my belly and it literally is like a volcano. Like I can just literally feel it erupt in my body. Sometimes it stops me. Like if I'm in the process of moving, it stops me. I'm still having pain, like that sharp pain, which I can tell is inflammation when I get ready to urinate. So if you remember, I said it's sort of like how it feels if you have a urinary tract infection and you get ready to pee. So it hurts to pee, it hurts to stop. It's just a discomfort, an uncomfortable feeling overall. I am able to walk a little bit faster and walk more upright. My back does not hurt as much. As a matter of fact, I can't remember the last time I even took the 800 milligram ibuprofen, because if you remember, I said I was only taking it because my back was hurting so much from trying to support my entire core because my abs are shot. I know I didn't take one yesterday, and I know I haven't taken one today. So there's that. I'm still wearing my binder. I actually have it on right now. That thing is really starting to itch just because I spoke about it. But that ain't what you want to scratch. I hope I haven't been scratching it in my sleep either. Get some kind of yucky infection, baby. So this is a rare sighting of me outside of my house. My niece is walking my dog. So, because that would just slow everybody down because I'm not able to, walk really, really fast right now. So I get my little exercise in. I walk down the street a little bit back and forth as she walks. So very uneventful, but I try to not just be so sedentary on the couch. And if you can tell, baby, I'm walking a lot faster than I was 10 days ago. But God. So you remember my little baby steps that I was taking when I was in the hospital. So I literally don't walk far from my house. I would show y'all like all of the little bit of distance that I covered, but some of y'all creepy. Y'all be trying to zoom in on the house numbers and see what the street look like and stuff like that. Not today, Satan. Not today. So look at how much faster I'm walking, y'all. Got a little bit of speed about myself. And if you know me, and you know how funny this is, because baby, when I tell y'all I used to walk fast, like a crackhead fast, hilarious. So today is the first time in 2 weeks. So my surgery was 2 weeks from today, or 2 weeks prior to the day, that I woke up and I felt almost like myself. When you wake up, you're fresh, you're refreshed. I was gently reminded that the journey's not over yet. So although it does not hurt to walk around like it used to, I did something as simple as taking the dishes out of the dishwasher, and I'm a little winded, a little tired. Doesn't make sense. Never in my life have been tired after unloading the dishwasher, but it's just a gentle reminder that my body is still doing a lot of recovery, even if I am not 100% consciously aware of it. So, all right, today is post-op day, I guess technically 15. Today makes 2 weeks, exactly 14 days since I had my open abdominal myomectomy. And I just got out the shower and I took my sutures off. Not sutures. I took my steri strips off. So in my post-op instructions, my surgeon said that I could take the steri strips off at the 2 or 3 week mark. He said they would not fall off, just fall off like people have said they would. And so I just removed 9 of them. Let me show you. So pretty gross, nothing glamorous. I removed 9 of them. So I think I either had a total of 10 or 11. I measured it with the steri strips on, and I guesstimated it as good as I could see it, because again, it is so low and my stomach is still very much swollen. Because my uterus was the size of a 27-week pregnancy, and so that has not gone down, and then the swelling from the surgery. And so from what I could see, I measured it, I think it was about 7 inches. My surgeon told me he would try to do it about 5-6 inch incision. So we'll see when I measure it, and I'll either put it in the comments or I'll just do a little. So I don't mind it being longer than it is. I'm just happy, A, my fibroids have been removed, and B, that I was able to keep my uterus, and C, that I don't have a vertical incision, because I know that would be a little bit harder to disguise. Hello, fabulous people. So I am at the 3 week mark. I had my surgery 3 weeks ago today. And I'm still doing good. I haven't documented anything probably in over a week, but everything has been going really, really well. I am down a total of 8 pounds. I can get up, sit up, stand up, sit down, get in the bed without having to do all the extra that I was having to do. The soreness has gone down a lot. I'm still really tender in that area, but as far as it just hurting, like to sneeze, cough, laugh, things like that. It has passed. I do turn over in my sleep with caution still, because I notice if I'm just like willy-nilly like I used to be, I will feel some tension or pain on the far left or far right of my incision. But other than that, it's good. I still haven't slept on my stomach. And before all of this, I was a stomach sleeper. And so I don't know when I will get to that point. There's another 3 weeks before I go back for my post-op follow-up. It literally looks like I gave birth, like how much my stomach has gone down. And so I'm excited to see how this process continues to develop. So I don't think I've documented or vlogged since I took my steri strips off. One of the things that I have noticed is that the incision, because it sits so low and then my stomach is so bloated and swollen, A, because of the inflammation from the surgery, and then B, because of the size of my uterus, that it made a fupa. So like I have a small fupa now that I never have had before. And it's weird to have a fupa, especially with how much my stomach has gone down. But I have done some research, and that is common, and it just takes a little bit of time for that to go away, and it'll go away with swelling. Hello, fabulous people. I am 26 days post-op. So this is my last day before I resume work. So this is my last day of sick leave. So I'm 2 days away from being 4 weeks out. Yeah, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. And when I say go back to work, I do mean resume working from home. So I don't have to drive, which is great because I still have not been cleared to drive. I still have 2 more weeks to go before I can drive. And I don't have to physically go into the office, be around people, overexert myself, worry about a commute. My job, blessedly so, does not require any physical exertion as far as like heavy lifting or anything like that. And so today's the last day before I have to resume at least a portion of my life pre-surgery. I feel good. So today I'm just going to spend the day just mentally preparing. It's sort of like when you come off of a vacation or when you come off of the weekend, mentally prepare. Fortunately, I will only be working, today's Wednesday. I will only be working Thursday and Friday. And then 4th of July is Sunday, and so I have Monday off. So I get to ease back into it for 2 days, and then I have a 3-day long weekend, and then boom, come Tuesday, it's go time. Good morning. Today is July 4th. So that means that a month ago, I had my open myomectomy, abdominal open myomectomy to remove 56 uterine fibroids. And so I'm at the 1 month mark. I feel good. I feel so much better after getting the fibroids removed. I don't have the lower back pain anymore. I don't suffer from extreme fatigue anymore. I don't have to use the restroom. I don't urinate as frequently because my bladder's not being pressed on anymore. And now that I am at the 1 month mark, I can get out of the bed normally. I did it about 2 days ago, and I didn't even realize that I did it until after the fact. So I stand up and sit down without any problem. I got out of the bed normally. I can switch from my left side to my right side normally. I never was a back sleeper. There were a few times that I did sleep on my back during the first week or two of the surgery, because sometimes it was just so hard to navigate moving from my left side to my right side and vice versa. So I no longer sleep on my back. And the times that I did sleep on my back, I would know, throughout my life, that means I was really, really sick. Like if I had a bad cold or bronchitis or something, sometimes I would wake up and be like, why am I sleeping on my back? And so with the myomectomy, it was a conscious effort that I would just lay on my back. So of course they have you on your back in the hospital. And then when I got home, sometimes laying on my back and like propping a pillow under my legs was the only way that I could lay comfortably in the middle of the night without causing myself too much pain by pulling on the incision by trying to, roll over. So I'm able to switch side to side in my sleep now without, any tension pain. Like I mentioned, I got out of bed normally. So that was a win. I went back to work 2 days ago. And by back to work, I mean working from home. My company still works from home. And so it wasn't bad. I felt like, the day went by pretty quickly. I didn't suffer any discomfort from sitting at my home office desk. I do have a pretty good office desk chair that I got last year in 2020 when all of this pepperoni pizza called COVID-19. And by pepperoni pizza, that's just my way of saying pandemic. Oh, happy day. You guys, I am at the 5-week post-op mark. So as you can see, the amount of time that I am vlogging is decreasing because I just generally feel better. Able to move around, still getting out of the bed like I normally would without having to think about it. Standing up, sitting down is very, very normal at this point. If I press on my incision, it's still a little tender, but I can't say that is painful. So I'm just mindful that I have a 6-inch cut there. And so it's healing along nicely. I did have an instance this week where I called my surgeon. I took a mirror and I was looking at my incision area, and it looked like there was a little bitty hole opening in the incision to the far left, like on the very end, like there wasn't a stitch there. Everywhere else, there's stitches that I can still see, still very much closed, but in that one particular spot, it wasn't oozing, it wasn't bleeding, no pain or anything. But I did call my surgeon and I left a message asking if it was okay to leave it since I'll be coming in for my 6-week follow-up in a week or so, or if I should go to see him or an urgent care to make sure. And so he called me back within 5 or 10 minutes. After someone in his office took my message and my information, and he said that was fine. It's pretty common, and if it bothered me, then I could just put a Band-Aid over it. So I didn't put a Band-Aid over it, but what I did do is I took the abdominal pads that I had been wearing. So I ordered these abdominal pads off of Amazon. These are the same type that they gave me while I was still in the hospital the day after my surgery, and I just placed it on top of my incision, like in my underwear. And so that has been like 2 days ago, and I took a mirror and I looked today, and it does look like the hole is closed up a little bit more. I would show you guys, but I don't know. It's one of those things that I only knew it was there because I took a mirror and I looked at it. So I don't even know if my camera would focus on it so that you guys can see it without me like showing you all my stuff. Hold on. Guess what today is? So it is probably a little before 8 a.m. And today is the day of my 6-week post-op appointment. And so I'm about to get ready and head on over to my surgeon's office, my doctor's office, Dr. Michael Randell. I feel good. I drove for the first time Friday, no problems. I just feel good in general. I just feel good overall. I'm so glad that I went ahead and had the myomectomy to remove my fibroids. I still cannot believe I have 56 of those little leeches in my body. And when I tell people or I show them the picture, it's like, and so I'm looking forward to being able to resume working out. Like everything just is so much better because I had that surgery. So I am at my 6-week post-op follow-up appointment with Dr. Michael Randell, OBGYN Atlanta. So here is my awesome surgeon. He removed 56 uterine fibroids. And so I'm coming in to get checked out. My recovery has been awesome. My surgery was awesome. And I feel so much better. I was just telling Dr. Randell, I feel so much better. And so, do you have anything that you want to say?
Well, that's awesome. That's incredible. That's a lot of fibroids that we took out.
A lot.
There were big ones and small ones.
Yeah.
You got the picture of all those, right?
Yes, I'm going to insert a picture. And when I show people the picture, like everybody's like, oh my goodness, like you had all of that in your stomach and we didn't know. But I could tell, like my stomach was starting to get bigger, as if I were pregnant.
And your periods are much better?
A lot better.
A lot better.
Yeah.
And the pain's okay?
Yes.
How's the scar?
It's still flat. It's still tender, like if I press
That's
on
normal.
it, but when I'm moving around and things like that, I don't have any
It looks
issues.
good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Very good.
Since
We took how many out?
56.
56 fibroids. And this uterus looks like a completely normal uterus.
I mean,
There are no fibroids whatsoever in here. You're completely back to normal. This was a complete remodeling of your uterus with beautiful results.
I remember in the post-op email that you sent me with my instructions, you said your uterus looks beautiful. It does.
It's amazing. It looks completely normal. Normal
Awesome.
size. Very impressive.
That is, I haven't seen it look like that since.
I mean, to think
It's been almost a
to
decade.
think we took out 40, 50, 53, 54 fibroids?
56.
56 fibroids.
Mm-hmm.
See a little cyst here, which probably is where you may ovulate from,
Okay.
on the right side. But that uterus looks amazing. Your incision looks good too.
Awesome.
So you are good.
Is there well, I know as long as as long as I'm not in menopause, I can have more growth.
Possibly,
Those
but
will be new.
I will be retired by the time they come back in.
Well, I hate to say this, but I do hope I never have to see you again.
I hope that you will see me in 6 months. I'll check in.
Okay.
But this looks amazing to think that we took out 56 fibroids.
Awesome.
This looks amazing.
So I can start working out again. All right. Friday when I drove for the first time, I was like, I can drive.
Everything is good.
Awesome. Can I put something on the scar to help?
Yeah, Moderna.
Moderna.
Yep.
Okay.
You can get that over the counter.
Awesome.
And you are good.
I'm good to go, you guys. I got the all clear, and I will come back in 6 months. So that brings us to the end of this 6-week journey together. I want to thank you guys for coming along with me and letting me document and vlog my experience with having an abdominal myomectomy to remove my uterine fibroids. I can't believe that this is the end of the 6 weeks. I also cannot believe that I had 56 uterine fibroids removed. And so I'm so glad that my post-op appointment today went so well. My doctor, reiterated like how beautiful my uterus looks and that there are no more fibroids. And so if you have uterine fibroids, or if you know somebody who has uterine fibroids and they're looking at exploring their options on treatment or removing them, I hope that this video serves as a resource for you and answers some questions that you may have, and maybe let you know some of the options that you may have that you may not have been aware of as well. I know for me, YouTube videos, articles on the internet, asking friends who I knew who had uterine fibroids and chose to have an abdominal myomectomy, that was a great resource and a great tool for me. And so I am just so happy to have my quality of life back. I am excited about resuming life with a sense of normalcy. And I say a sense of normalcy because, we're still in the middle of COVID-19 pandemic, and there's some variants out there. But outside of that, I just feel so much better. I feel lighter. I feel freer. I don't have aches and pains that I didn't realize were attributed to my fibroids. But now that I don't have them anymore and the pain is gone, I'm like, that was a symptom, right? That was a manifestation. And so thank you to everybody who gave me a phone call, a text message, any type of message, even on social media platforms, that sent food services, dropped me off for my surgery, picked me up for my surgery, went and got my prescriptions, delivered food to me, came and stayed with me during the time when I needed somebody to be here to help me along in my journey for those things that I could not do for myself. And so, again, thank you so much to my surgeon, Dr. Michael Randell. I could not have asked for a better care team through this entire process. And so, yeah, I'm just excited to get back out there and go back to the fabulousness of the life that I want without having to deal with fibroids. Like, this is going to be a big deal, and I really don't have the words. Like, that's how excited and elated I am. And so again, my surgeon, Dr. Randell, said that my uterus looks awesome and I feel awesome, and it's only up from here. So again, thank you for letting me document this journey, and thank you for tuning in. I hope that you learned something and that this gives you a little bit of hope if you do also have uterine fibroids, or if you know somebody that does. And so this is the lifestyle part of the YouTube channel, and we are going to just continue to press on. And I will see you guys the next time around. Again, I will leave descriptions for everything that I ordered supply-wise that helped me get through the surgery, as well as the contact information for my surgeon, Dr. Michael Randell at OBGYN Atlanta. And you guys stay fabulous, and I will see you guys next time.